there could be certain new topics for research there. Of course, radiation will remain the major topic. Risks related to radionuclide will be researched in the future. But would you agree that there are lots of different promising topics available there? Yeah, the Chernobyl zone is unique in that there are radionuclides on the one hand and the ecosystems that are constantly developing on the other. So the research of radionuclides and their behavior in a changing ecosystem is what is of greatest interest about the Chernobyl zone, because we don't know how those ecosystems are changing. And the research should be ongoing. It should be monitored closely. And on an annual basis, research and field research should be carried out on a certain platform or on a certain site. So we wouldn't be destroying an MPP to have such test fields. But these test fields are available, and the longer we delay the research, the more we lose the opportunities to do such research. And we do have to do that comprehensively. We can continue studying fish, animals, plants, soil, etc., water, and this information will enable us to take decisions on prevention of accidents and preparedness for accidents. Without that, we won't be able to focus and prevent such accidents. Research is much less expensive than wrong managerial decisions. What can the government do to support researchers? We understand that funding is always an issue, but thinking of, say, young researchers support program, infrastructure solutions, etc. What we need is this coordinated research program for different institutions. These institutions are not that numerous, and if we had such a program, it would be comprehensive and the outcomes would be comprehensive. But Ukrainian researchers cannot do a lot without international support. We rely on that support in a great measure because we haven't got the necessary equipment. So we've got a unique test field, but we do not use it to its full capacity. And people from other countries come, do research, take samples, take information, and publish their results. And I believe it is very bad for Ukraine's reputation. It's our territory. We reside here. We know what's going on here, and we can be monitoring the developments for years. And we can avoid mistakes made by people who just come to visit and go away. Do you think the media coverage is sufficient of Ukrainian research? Do we communicate with the public enough? Do we raise the awareness of what we do and why we do that? That's dual situation, I would say. On the one hand, researchers should tell their story in plain language to the people, to the general public. On the other hand, journalists are more interested in mutated animals with two heads, etc., or incidents in the zone, or some scandalous events in that zone. But if you say that you obtain certain results and they're very useful, And it is just a gradual progress with no unexpected revelations or with no scandals. The media do not seem to be interested. You talk to journalists nonetheless. What's the question that is most frequently asked and the one that hurts you most? Okay, they ask me whether I radiate light at night. Or during nighttime time. And the second one, if I saw any animals with 2 heads or 10 heads, 5 tails, 10 legs, etc. So sometimes you are telling people stories about your research, and you say just shake hand of your colleague. They do that, and you say now you become this victim of mutation, because all of us are results of mutation when compared to our parents. That's the evolution process. And finally, a question that we've discussed with Valery Kasparov, just taking sample out of the exclusion zone. Do you think it's worth doing, or shall there be a certain hub where all those samples should be collected, where the sample database should be arranged? It's all about funding again. Do you have enough money to measure and to analyze all the samples that you obtained in the zone? It's one thing. If you have the money, that's okay. But most of Ukrainian researchers do not have it. Then you have to take it back to your institutions, to your labs, because you've got equipment and meters and all of the devices there. So when it comes to sampling soils, for example, and measuring the soil conditions, you can do that there in the zone. But when it comes to biological research, there is no proper equipment in the zone, and we have to take biological samples to our labs. But they are not that active as soil, so that's not an acute issue. So we take them away because of the circumstances, because we have to. Thank you very much. Olena,